Well, hi everyone. Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. We're another. Another severe weather threat. It seems like it's just never ending, and I think we're just getting payback. The last several years have been pretty quiet for severe weather threats, so it's not surprising that every so often we just get one of these really busy years. But we're getting into the almost the end of July. This is usually a pretty quiet period of time for severe weather potential in at least in the middle part of the country. But look at this, right smack dab over the state of Nebraska, a slight risk for July 19th. I mean, it's just, and there's a reason. I mean, there's a cold front going to be sweeping through. It's got a chance for some strong storms. It doesn't look like it's going to be a real major storm system, but it's enough that we could see a few severe storms. So let's get to it. You got the marginal risk, that's your green, and then the slight risk as a cold front, kind of slicing. It'll be in a diagonal from north central to southwest Nebraska, and then slowly moving south and east. So here's just a reminder that your marginal and slight risk are your two lower levels, and we see those more often than anything. Once you start to get to that enhanced risk, it's a little, then you start to go, all right, this might be a little interesting. But scattered severe storms possible, short-lived and or not widespread, isolated intense storm possible with that yellow shaded slight risk area. So that's kind of what we're looking at. The tornado threat, notice there's nothing on there. Green, brown, yellow, nothing on there. So the chance isn't zero, but it is less than 2%. But the last time I saw that, last time I saw something less than 2% that showed up like this, we actually had quite a few tornadoes. So don't sleep on it altogether, but just know as of the time I recorded this, most models are saying it's a pretty low chance, and I'll show you that here in a second too. Damaging winds probably your best issue, the highest issue that we would be concerned about, and some large hail, north central and northwest Nebraska into the Panhandle, a large hail threat as well, but on the lower end of that. So here's what it looks like. This is 2:30 in the afternoon Friday. Notice a few scattered showers out there already, nothing really solidifying until about right there. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I'm looking over here. I don't think this is going to be an issue. I don't think this will be an issue. Is this right here? You're going to have a bend right there. So some damaging wind, maybe an isolated tornado, and large hail is going to be an issue as this progressively gets into a linear state. Once you start to see this kind of turn into a line like this, that's where your damaging wind threat comes from. So right about there is probably the best bet for severe weather. You're looking at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon and evening. There's 6 p.m. Notice there's some storms out in front of it over here, this right there, around Columbus, just north of Lincoln. But this is your main threat of severe weather right there, and that will continue to move east. Now I think by the time we get to around 7, it'll probably be going pretty good. We're looking at a pretty good chance for some damaging wind at this moment. But by 8 o'clock, it's still up there. We're still looking. So this is, a solid 5 or 6 hours of strong storms. Notice the reverse C like this. So you're looking at probably 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts. But we're getting close to when the sun sets. So by the time it makes it past central Nebraska, it starts to fade. This is 9 p.m. Sun's starting to go down. And look at that, it just kind of fizzles out by about 10 p.m. Now this isn't location related. It's not because it's moving into eastern Nebraska so it just fades away. It's timing. If this would have started in central Nebraska and made its way east, it would have faded out by the time it made it into Missouri. But since it's starting further west, by the time it makes it to Columbus, York, Lincoln, Beatrice, the sun has gone down. And it's just, we lose the heating of the day. And so the threat of very severe weather obviously fades out. But we're not done. The good news is, if you're looking for some rainfall, like I am, the potential is still there overnight Saturday. The severe threat goes away, but the rain threat stays there. This is Saturday, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., still some rain. This will likely stick around for a while, too. I think Saturday has a decent chance at seeing some rain on and off throughout the day. So if you're hoping for some rain, especially in eastern Nebraska. I know I've heard a lot of people asking. It's like, you're kind of starting to need some rain. I know we're not in a drought anymore, but it is certainly getting dry around here, and I agree. My yard is definitely dry. So this should help. So how about instability? Well, this is what it looks like. Again, the timing is everything. Through the 2 to 6 p.m. time frame has your highest instability. There's 4 p.m. for north central Nebraska. Really kicks in there around 6, 7 o'clock for central Nebraska. But look at it go away. As soon as that sun goes down, that's it. It really, let's see, I'm going to back it up here. It's still hanging on around 8, 9, but look at it go away. There's 9 p.m., 9:30. I mean, it's just basically next to nothing by Friday night. Significant hail, this isn't where the hail's going to be at. This is if the storms were rolling through this area at that time, it would be significant hail. So basically it's central Nebraska. Right around here is your best bet for significant hail. And then it just kind of fades away. Now the storms are going to be, by 7 p.m., are going to be over in this general area right there. Your significant hail threat is over here, but storms won't be there. So the storms will be here. So this is mainly when it turns into a wind threat and not a hail threat, because the significant hail potential just isn't where the storms are going to be at. That moves off to the west where there just won't be any storms to mess with that. Significant tornado parameter, if anything, north central Nebraska might see a spin up, a little rotation. I'm not thinking there's going to be an outbreak or anything like that. Notice how low, I mean, this is great. This is 0.1 and 0.5. This is very small chances, but again, it's never zero when you're dealing with these storm chances this time of year. So I hate to say there's no chance for tornadoes, but it is a smaller threat for tornadoes. And notice the significant tornado parameter by 9 p.m. is pretty small. But the whole time, it's basically up here. So anything that, that bend I was looking at in that radar, or that stormcast, that's probably where you would see something. But overall, it doesn't look like that great of a threat. So here's the deal. If there are storms that kick in afternoon, evening, maybe even into the overnight, I will do a YouTube Live. Now, sometimes I do the YouTube Lives during the news, so you get behind the scenes to see what's going on back here. You'll see Rod sometimes, you'll see what's going on. And then I continue on as soon as the shows are over, then it's just me and you. It's just us talking. So if you like and subscribe, you'll know when I go live. It's almost another way of knowing that severe weather's happening somewhere. So it's just another way, like having a weather radio, having a weather app that alerts you when there's severe weather in your area. This is just kind of another way to know that, hey, there might be severe weather somewhere because that Rusty guy is on YouTube talking about it. So it really helps my algorithms, helps everything else, the like and subscribe really, and ding in the little bell so that you get notifications certainly helps. So I appreciate everything, everybody, and we'll probably see you again tomorrow.